He said like reviews like actually right. Probably I think so. You might have to. Sure, I should check out my receipt. I like reading through this. Like that's like yes, it is written by David BK Spades. I'm not sure what David BK Spades. His last name is Python. I've seen sure.
I've never heard the song. I've heard Ashley. Yeah, I said very odd. I don't know what mother named her son Ashley.
I'm not sure. I didn't settle down somewhere, have money. Is that something I might do? He said like reviews like actually right. Probably I think so. You might have to. Sure, I should check out my receipt. I like reading through this. That's like yes, it is written by David BK Spades. I'm not sure what David BK Spades. His last name is Python. I've seen sure.
I've never heard the song. I've heard Ashley. Yeah, I said very odd. I don't know what mother named her son Ashley.
I'm not sure. I didn't settle down somewhere, have money. Is that something I might do? He said like reviews like actually right. Probably I think so. You might have to. Sure, I should check out my receipt. I like reading through this. That's like yes, it is written by David BK Spades. I'm not sure what David BK Spades. His last name is Python. I've seen Like sure.
I've never heard the song. I've heard Ashley.
Ashley.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
very odd. I don't know what mother named her son Ashley.
Yeah, that's kind of hard. I don't know. Just like, I don't know what name my kid. Yeah, I'm not sure. Settle down somewhere, have money. Is that something I like? Exactly. I use them coping instead too. I said like reviews. Like actually, right. Yeah, probably, yeah, I think so. You might have, I'm sure. I should check out my reviews. I like reading through them, reading like the reviews. No, just see them. That's like, yes, it is written by David Lincoln. Yeah. I'm not sure what else. David Lincoln. Yeah, his last name is Tyson. I've seen it. Like sure.
I've never heard the song. I've heard Ashley.
Ashley.
Yeah, it's like very odd. I don't know what mother named her son Ashley.
Yeah, that's kind of hard. I don't know. Just like, I don't know what name my kid. Yeah, I'm not sure. Settle down somewhere, have money. Is that something I like? Exactly. I use them coping instead too. I said like reviews. Like actually, right. Yeah, probably, yeah, I think so. You might have, I'm sure. I should check out my reviews. I like reading through them, reading like the reviews. No, just see them. That's like, yes, it is written by David Lincoln. Yeah. I'm not sure what else. David Lincoln. Yeah, his last name is Tyson. I've seen it. Like sure.
I've never heard the song. I've heard Ashley.
Ashley.
Yeah, it's like very odd. I don't know what mother named her son Ashley.
Yo, welcome to a brand new episode of Society and Pop Culture 101. I am Instructor BK Spades, and today is the last episode of season 2 of this show. Bittersweet. I think it's the first time I'm ending the season without my co-host. Shout out to the co-host. She will be back next season. Maybe not at the start, but she'll be back. But anyway, that's not important. So on today's episode, we're going to be talking about why Christmas doesn't feel like Christmas anymore. Well, at least this year, it doesn't feel like Christmas. See, Evelyn is Mimi from CCN is already in the comments, and we're gonna get to her comments in a minute because that is exactly where I'm going. Anyway, I'm glad everybody's in. Do me a favor, head over to www.societyandpopculture101 where you can find everything you need to find about this show. All our social medias, videos, clips, whatever is all over there. Should be all over there. Surveys, email list that we need you guys to fill out, and also our links to our YouTube and our Facebook and wherever else you need to go. Anyway, so we're going to talk about why Christmas isn't exactly, it doesn't feel the same. And that's one topic. We also got two other topics. We're going to talk about Ebro in the morning being canceled. And also we're going to talk about this new U.S. Patriot games too, because I find that kind of interesting. It is not going to be a long show, I promise. Anyway, shouts out to CCN. My first, I think this is probably the biggest one, because the big orange baby in office messed it up. I mean, yeah. I mean, I don't want to. I ain't gonna disrespect them like that. Those are not my words. But seriously though, I think the economy is playing like the bigger role. It's crazy because the promises that he made was we were going to get inflation down and it was going to be jobs for everybody. Everything is going to cost so much less. There's going to be so much money. We're going to be winning so much. And we haven't seen any of that really. It's been a little shaky on the economy. Now it seems like everybody else that's not middle class and below is doing fine. Upper middle class is doing okay right now. They're not feeling it as much as, say, the lower middle class and lower class citizens. But it is playing a big role. I do believe there were reports out that the video game hardware sales have been really low, to like the point where you have to go all the way back to when they started tracking this stuff in like 1996, which is crazy. So no one was buying PlayStation or Xbox or Nintendo Switch 2 over the holiday, over the Black Friday, which is a huge thing. Now, will there be a rebound after Christmas, after everybody gets their gift cards and all the money from their aunties and uncles and cousins? Shout out to all the aunties and uncles that send money. You are loved. We need you in this economy. So let's see if any of that plays a bigger role afterwards, because I feel like we might be in for real doom, economy wise, if no one goes shopping after the holiday is over, especially since that's a really, really big day other than Black Friday. Another reason it doesn't feel like that, speaking of Black Friday, is those Black Friday deals ain't been looking like Black Friday deals. They ain't been looking like Black Friday deals for a long time. And this year, it all looks fake. Like nothing feels like an actual deal. I mean, at one point they were marking down items and saying they were one thing and then saying it was half the price, but it was really just the same price it was the whole year. I probably didn't explain that well. Let me retrack and say that again. Okay, so you have a buying price, right? When you go to Black Friday, they said this TV is $199, but the original price of said TV is $399. Whole time, if you're usually not checking for TVs during the year if you're not planning to buy one. But Black Friday, everybody is, so you don't pay attention throughout the year that the TV was $199 the entire time. So yeah, it's stuff like that. Mimi says, isn't there also a movement to not shop corporate? Yes, yes, which I did not get to talk about on this show because we were on hiatus for 2 weeks during Black Friday. But that those Target bags, by the way, was wow. Target's been hit the worst all year. Shout out to the boycott. It's working. So keep the foots on the necks. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. Corporations have been taking a hit this year. Again, Target's probably like the major one, and now they can't give out proper gift bags because those gift bags was abysmal. Abysmal. I don't know what you could do to fix that in this economy. I don't even know what Target could do to even fix whatever it is. Well, I know what they broke. They broke their stance with the black community. And the reason Target is being hit as hard as they're being hit is because of the promises that they made to the black community and minority community, anybody that was affected by DEI. Once they went back on that, it felt like a major slap to the face. So yeah, you add that in there. Christmas ain't Christmas because ain't nobody buying. Which kind of goes to my last point before I move on. The worst part about all this is the fact that Christmas has been hijacked by corporations. I think Coke is probably like the biggest offender of this, even though their Coke ads with the bear and the truck with the lights and Santa Claus, all that was dope. It was great. But because they hijacked Christmas for capitalism, it kind of took all the whimsical out of it. And it may have taken 30, 40, 50, 60 years, but here we are. There's always ramifications for things. There's always an impact. You might not see it right when it happens, but it always comes back around. It always comes around eventually, and you're going to reap what you sow, so to speak. And what we're getting right now is because of how commercialized Christmas is, we're not getting any of the whimsical. The movies have become stale. I don't even think I've seen a good new Christmas movie hit. I haven't seen nothing feels special. I walked in Walmart the other day and it just felt like the Christmas stuff was there, but like that feeling you get when you walk in a store, a toy store or something, and it just feels like Santa Claus may have jumped in there and dropped some stuff off. Like you're not getting that anymore. I mean, maybe Toys R Us going bankrupt and trying to make a comeback is a problem. Maybe Amazon is also a part of that. Brick and mortar's not popular anymore. And if you haven't noticed, everything I've said has been about consumerism. Once again, it's all intertwined to consumerism. So we got to talk solutions. How do we get back to that feeling of love and joy and peace that we used to have? Like when you were a kid, you were excited about Christmas the entire time. Like I got decorations up. My family, we decorated, but man, we just got those things up like two, 3 days ago. Like we didn't even care about getting them up earlier. Like, and we're still not done. And I don't even know if I'm gonna even go back and finish. Like in my mind, I'm like, good enough. Because I don't feel the love anymore. I don't feel that magic that we used to have for Christmas. If you're in the student section, give me an idea. What do you think we could do to get Christmas back to where it used to be? Like, is the a talking point that is pretty popular is we've erased Jesus from Christmas. Do you think that's a cause of it not being as fun as it used to be? Is it because global warming has kind of ruined snow for a lot of us. Um, like, what is the reason? Is it because you don't get any toys anymore because you're too old? When was the last time you brought a candy cane? Did you buy an ugly Christmas sweater? Hmm. So are we also the problem of why Christmas isn't fun? Are we too dependent on the movie industry or the book industry or whatever industries that's usually selling us stuff? Are we too dependent on them to make Christmas what Christmas used to be for us? Did you put up lights? Did you find lights to put up? Is it the type of lights? I mean, I've heard people say that they don't like the newer lights. They miss those old, what is it? I forgot, candescent bulbs, the old really terrible ones, the little fat chunky ones. They miss those versus the LED lights. So is that an issue? Like, what makes Christmas so special, and what are we missing from it now that we can't get that magic back? I haven't even seen Polar Express this year, y'all. That's a little like the schools and stuff usually do something like Polar Express wise. Like I haven't seen it. No one's doing like big movies. I know my city last week had like a snow walk and with some lights up. And I know there are also places, hub places in other cities too. But even those are not attracting the people like they used to. I don't know. Maybe we're not picking up on the old traditions, and the people that were doing those traditions for us are all gone, or either they passed away and moved on, or they just don't have the strength to do them anymore. So it's up to us to pick up those traditions and make it better. Maybe it is time to modernize it, mix some old school traditions and make some new ones. You know, I I look at that like with the family. You know, when you say, "Oh man, we don't get together anymore." I remember when Pop and Grandma got us all together. Grandma and Pop old now, so they can't get us all together. So it's up to us to get us together. So maybe we're in that same issue right now with Christmas. The old heads are gone or too old or they just can't do it anymore, and it's up to us to pick up the traditions and fix Christmas for ourselves. That's just something to think about. Like I want you to really think about what did you do this year to make Christmas special, and who are you waiting on to make it special for you? Anyway, I'm gonna end that right there because we do have other things to talk about before I end this show. Um, some drama was going on online because depending on what part of the age group you are with the hip hop world, you had an opinion about Hot 97 dropping Ebro in the morning. So I've been on TikTok and I've seen the dissertations about this. I see a few people celebrating on Twitter, like your Drakes, and a few other people that were like the younger generation is mad at the old head generation because let me reframe that. The younger generation is mad at Ebro because of how he treated not Yachty. What is the other dude name? Hey Nessa, thanks for popping through. Like, good to see you. Good to see you. It's the one that put the diamond in his head. I know my age is showing right now, but you guys, I don't listen to him like that. I know a few younger rappers, but this one is escaping me right now. But anyway, if you guys know who I'm talking about, he had the diamond in his head, little skinny, dark skinned cat. Anyway, so they were upset when he was treating him and a few of the other younger rappers from that generation, right around the mumble rap era when that started. So all the younger people, all the younger talking heads and podcasters are upset at Ebro because they feel like they were disrespected and not given the respect that they should have gotten. You guys, sorry for messing with this hat. It's not my hat, but I wanted to be festive. Because some people in my hood think that I don't like Christmas. It's partially true. I don't want to explain it right now. Anyway, um, Nessa said, why did he have a diamond on his forehead? I don't know. Steven Universe was hot, and the gems had diamonds and whatever gem that represented in their head. Like Garnett was like really popular. Shout out to Estelle. Beautiful voice. I love that lady. But yeah, so he had the diamond in his head. That's unimportant. But any antics these young mumble rappers had, Ebro had an issue with them, and he expressed that a lot, especially when it was on the show. If you couldn't freestyle, they were like, "Hey, you played yourself, bro." So anyway, now that he's finally, I don't want to say axed. That sounds so disrespectful for someone who put on for the culture as long as he did. Because they were on Hot 97, what, 20, 30 years? Nessa, we're going to talk about that coming in a minute. But yeah, so I did watch his first show. And again, the younger talking heads was like, this show was terrible. His first show outside of the Hot 97 with all the little resources they were using in the first place. But, them in their home offices and all that good stuff. And it wasn't that bad. Like, they made it seem like the audio was atrocious, and that, to be fair, they don't have the sound effects game going. But, it was an okay show. And on that show, it's called Ebro, Styles, and Rosenberg Show. It's a podcast. It's on YouTube. They've been on YouTube this entire time, you guys. So that's not really new. That's not a talking point. But yeah, from their point of view, they got canned because they were too political. Which, if we're being real here, Hot 97 got new owners. When the new president got in office, a lot of people, and I hate to use this word because everybody was using this word, so capitulated to him. And a lot of those media owners are right-wing conservative people. So if you are not right-wing conservative and you're on a radio station that has been bought out by a conservative person, they're going to we know how politics works, so don't act like that's new. They're going to have a problem with you going against their ideology. So, and again, this is just speculation on their part, Ebro and company's part. They said they got the axe because they're not conservative and they were outspoken about this administration that is in office right now. Is that true? I don't know. I'm not in the business meetings, but watching them get the axe, watching the conversation around it, everybody got contacted separately. Neither one of them knew that they speculated that they were about to get fired, and they have been ever since the new owners took over Hot 97. But anyway, they're gone now. There was some victory lapping, of course. There were some people that said the reason he got axed was because he was against the younger generation and nobody was listening to the show. I'm going to tell you right now, the new people that's running this, they don't care. They don't care about your verses or who's against who, young, old, mumble rap versus good rap. None of that. None of that matters to them. The bottom line ain't even mattering to them right now because a lot of them didn't buy these companies and these radio stations and these TV stations for the ratings. They bought them to control the narrative of them because that's what you do when you acquire something. You change it into something into your image. And if you are causing issues for the person you like, what would you do in this scenario? I mean, let's take it to a president you like. You like President Kennedy, and somebody was on a radio station that you just happened to acquire that don't like President Kennedy or the opposition. They like the opposition better. They're gonna fire the person that don't like Kennedy. That's just how you do it. But you kind of have to find a way to fire him. I know I missed that story up. You guys, I'm talking fast. You get the point. You get the point. This is not a political episode, but we're dibbing and dabbing into it. But yeah, I'm actually excited to see a lot of these big media heads, some of the ones that wasn't problematic. When I say problematic, I mean actually problematic, not you go against my favorite hip hop person or you talk about my favorite celebrity and I don't like it. Not that type of problems. I'm talking actual problematic stuff. A lot of those, when those media heads were purchased, it freed a lot of people from contracts and from being not being able to speak their mind the way they wanted to. Now they have these opportunities to actually talk the way they want to talk and say the things they want to say to a degree. You still have to be mindful of the platform that you're on because you're still on YouTube. And, there are still rules and regulations there as well. But for the most part, you can say what you want to say. And it's a lot of free speech. I am a free speech advocate. So anytime anybody get free from a major network and they can talk how they want to talk, I'm with it. So let's see what Ebro, Laura Stiles, and Rosenberg can do without the corporation backing them. And then I think that'll be the true test on whether or not they are good at what they do. Because that's the conversation, that they weren't good anymore, that they didn't move the needle. Of course, they didn't move the needle for the younger demographic. They were older. That was going to happen. But there's still a lot of people that were loyal to that radio show. And I seen some comments in the other place where they were like, when I woke up and I heard Funk Flex dropping bombs that early in the morning, I didn't like it. So we're gonna see what happens there. I ain't in New York, so I ain't got to hear them like that. But I do tune into their show on YouTube from time to time, just like I do the Breakfast Club, which is another thing. They're moving to Netflix, which is iHeart's moving to Netflix, which is crazy that podcasting has gotten to this point where everybody wants a piece of it. So hopefully, in the next year or two, Netflix, buy my show. I come over there. All right, let's read a comment. I'm still gonna get back to the other one. See, what I don't like about this new generation is they want to have an opinion and have their voices heard, but don't like or want to talk to someone that has a difference of opinion. We have a lot of that going on all sides, honestly, and I don't know exactly what the remedy is. We just have to reset the culture, American culture as a whole. Like, no one, no generation is respecting the other generation, but they're taking cues from the older generation right now. They're taking cues from this administration. I know people don't like to hear that, but it's true. Like, you lead from the top, right? So make your money, BK. I'm trying. I'm losing headphones too. That headphone's gone. I don't know where it went. Anyway, yeah, I'm enjoying the fact that these new places are everybody's trying to go places. So, if they want to buy this show, they can. But anyway, back to the conversation here. I do want to see the younger generation and our generation, because I feel like right now we're like middle generation. The millennials are in the middle of like a culture war. I mean, we have our own opinions and our own gripes too, but you got Gen X on one side, Gen Alpha on the other side, and what is it, Gen Z? And first of all, it's too many gens. But there's my headphones. I just have to look at the screen. But I'm hoping we can all come up and get back to number one. I want to get off the short form video kick because I think that's a lot of it. Like that has a lot to do with it. And number two, I want us to get to a point where we can have nuanced conversations again because we've lost that art. We've lost it. Like if you try to have a conversation, like I talked about the Diddy documentary on the last show. So I was posting clips of it, and I posted one when I was saying that I would have loved for Biggie to have the heart to leave New York, not New York, but California, when Diddy made him stay. Apparently, allegedly, that's what happened in the documentary. I only watched episode 1 or 2. I haven't finished it yet. But anyway, so and even that got a little pushback. So not a lot. It's not. I'm not saying it was like this major thing, but people, this one guy came on and was like, "Hey, I don't like," basically saying that I wasn't thinking, and I don't even know what his gripe was for real. But like, we find ways to make arguments out of stuff that there's no argument there to be made. But for some reason now, everybody wants to make an argument about everything. Like some stuff, legitimate arguments are due, but I think we should pick our battles a little better, especially with this whole generation versus generation. There's no reason we should be arguing about anything Nicki Minaj at this point. Like, cause she's an established person. She gonna be what she gonna be. Nothing any of us say is gonna change that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a waste of energy. It's a waste of energy. All right, I got two more subjects to talk about before I get off. So we're gonna try to get through these pretty fast. I don't want to talk about nothing like tragic. So what we're going to talk about right now is we're going to talk about the United States is hosting. I was about to call it Hunger Games, but that's not what they're doing. They are hosting Patriot Games. These Patriot Games are, it's going to be one girl, one boy from every state. This is from our President Trump. One girl, one boy from every state. They're gonna go to the Capitol. They're gonna compete for four days, and then whatever the system is, whatever they're competing with, whatever sports, you're gonna have one boy winner, one girl winner. Neither one of them will be competing against each other. They will be sounds like they will be competing in their own divisions. Girls on this side, boys on this side. There's nothing wrong. That's not the comment I meant to hit. I'm gonna come back to that one too. Not the Hunger Games. Yes, Nessa. We are moving into the Hunger Games territory. There's another movie franchise that I'm afraid we're gonna move into, but I don't want to say it out loud because I don't want to jinx it. I don't want to add to anything, so I won't say. But this whole Hunger Games situation, I don't know, you guys. It sounds like I feel like we lost the plot somewhere. Like, what are we doing? I mean, this all started with groceries being too high, jobs being non-existent. Now we're doing Hunger Games and building extravagant ballrooms, you guys. Like, and I don't like to speak on stuff because a lot of times we don't have all the information, so you kind of have to wait for things. That ballroom thing, where I just figured out from, shout out to Midas Touch, man. They be doing the Lord's work over there. But yeah, like we just find out that the ballroom, it was never about the ballroom. Go to Midas Touch, figure out what it's about. I don't want to talk about it over here because they be coming out to people and they ain't big enough to fight nobody. The Purge would be crazy, Mimi. The Purge would be crazy. What are you guys thinking about that? Do you guys want to compete in presidential Hunger Games or no? You thinking that's crazy? Like, it's too far. I think that's interesting. Do you want to compete in the Patriot Games, or would you tell your young kids no, they can't compete, or whatever the age group is? Because I don't know all that information yet. I'm sure we'll find out more in the future. So the last thing I want to talk about today is the Rob Reiner tragedy. Yes, I am aware that the president had a very weird response to this, and that's okay. That's his opinions. But what I would say is Rob Reiner is probably one of the most important directors in America in the history of movies, really. the movies that he has directed. Well, he was in All in the Family, which was technically a progressive show about the racism of the time, and he has been starkly outspoken about a lot of things politically these past, I don't know, 16 years or so. If you go back and watch his scenes as the son of Archie Bunker, you will see his politics coming through. And what happened to him, which I'm glad we got like the truth, even though we don't know exactly the why. It's sad, it's tragic, and because it was his own son who came into their room. I think he came into their room. I might be adding that detail. Let's not say that. Point is, he came in and violently had a knife, and he unalived his mom and his dad. So he unalived Rob and his wife at the same time, which is extremely, extremely sad. And my heart goes out to the family. It sounds like the son he was either addicted to drugs or he was having he has mental issues of some kind. All of that. At least I haven't seen anything. I didn't really get to look back into it because I was running a little late today. It's almost Christmas time, you guys, and I have not done what I needed to do to secure the rest of the Christmas gifts. So I'm trying to get through this so I can go. But yeah, it's extremely sad that we lost another American icon, another icon of movies. And let's just face it, a lot of the directors and people that we have in the younger directors now probably wouldn't be where they are if that man didn't put his stamp on the industry like he did. So, like I said, rest in power, Rob and his wife, the Reiner family. I hope the son gets the help that he needs. And that's all I'm gonna say about that because I don't want to dwell on that too much. I feel like there's one more thing that's happened that I can't think, and I'm just gonna go ahead and end the show because, again, I got things I got to do, unfortunately. But before I know what it was. I know what it was. I can't let Nessa get out of here. I said we was gonna talk about this, and I mean it. Let me find it. I'm gonna find it, Nessa. Okay, here we go. Mumble rap does not compare to actual rap music. Nessa, sweetheart, homie, sister, listen. That is a statement that can start a whole thing, and no one wants to hear. I'm 39. Spotify said my listening age of music is 35. Okay, so I agree with you though. I agree. Mumble rap was not real rap. I listened. I gave it several shots. I wanted it to be great because I want anybody to succeed in life or whatever it is they're doing. But that just wasn't it. And that's okay. That just wasn't the wave it wasn't a sustainable wave. That makes sense. It was okay. It just wasn't sustainable. Okay, it wasn't okay. I lied. It wasn't good to me, you guys. It just wasn't good. One more comment. There's nothing wrong with disagreeing. Having a difference of opinion makes life interesting, but fighting about things is too much. I agree. I used to be one of those people that'd drop in in a group on Facebook or X or whatever, and I would argue till like my face was blue because I was actually enjoying it. Like it wasn't like a hate thing for me. It wasn't like I was mad or anything. I just enjoyed having an opinion and arguing with people. But if there's one thing that gets on my nerves in an argument, it's running the same circle over and over again in the conversation, or you not understanding my part of the or what I'm saying to you in this argument. And I will end the argument if we were going in circles so fast. I was like, all right, listen, you're not listening to me, so we got to end this argument. So yeah, I think differences of opinion is what makes the world beautiful. Like if we were all the same, if we all thought the same, this place would be pretty boring. Anyway, I gotta end the show, man. Thanks everybody for coming through, watching the show. Thanks for everybody that dropped through the comment section. I'm sorry, the student section, having me drive this conversation. Unfortunately, this is the end of the season. I had to go home, go ahead and end that, boy. We're gonna be gone to January. We're gonna be posting clips. If I get a chance to do like a small thing here and there, I might, but probably not. Not sure yet. But thank you guys for coming through. Make sure you do us a favor. You like, share, and subscribe. Share this live with somebody. Go to our website, www.societyandpopculture101.com, where you can find every link to finding wherever you want us to be or wherever you want to listen. If you want to listen on Spotify, Apple, if you want to watch on YouTube, if you want to watch on Facebook, it's all there for you. Shouts out to the CCN family. Love you guys. Shouts out to my sister Nova Kane, Instructor Nova Kane. Can't wait to have you back on the other side in the box. It's going to be, let me reframe that. In the other side, in the box on the screen. So yeah, that's going to be dope when you get back. Mimi says, I don't know, if there were a bunch of me's, I think I'd be okay with that. This is why I can't never end the show correctly, man, because y'all be coming up with good comments every time. I think I'd be okay with more me's for like 2 seconds. And then dude got to go to his own dimension. I don't need any variance either. But yeah, thank you guys for a wonderful, wonderful season. I want to thank everybody that was a guest on the show, everybody that shared the show, everybody that liked any of our social medias, anybody that argued with us in the comments. I don't want to thank anybody that was negative, that called us out of our names or disrespected our intelligence. You could have kept those comments in the chamber. Keep them next season. You probably want. But thank y'all, man. I really am proud of what we do here on this show. And I am proud of where we came from. I started podcasting 5 or 6 years ago with a show called 10 Reasons Why. Top 10 Reasons Why. And then I changed the name of that show to the BK Spades Show. And then I did an episode where we had a game night and Novocaine was on. And I dug Novocaine energy. And I saw an amazing person. And I was like, yo, do you want to do a show together? And we was the BK Spades Show for a little bit. And then I said, I don't think that's fair to you for this show to just have my name. Let's change the name. Even this hoodie I got on, actually, is not from Society of Pop Culture. It's from the BK Spades Show. But it just became the name of our new show. And we put the Rockets on ever since. And we've been growing and loving every bit of podcasting. So anyway, I gotta go do some shopping. Make sure you guys enjoy your Christmas. Merry Christmas. You know what I'm saying? Do your thing with your family. Make sure you pray and give thanks for all the stuff that we got, man, because we're very fortunate to be on this earth. We're very fortunate to be alive. Anyway, I have been Instructor BK Spades. Hey, Faith, it's good to see you. I wish you were here just a little earlier, but we're ending. But it is good to see you. I'm glad. I don't know how you're doing because I haven't talked to you personally because I've been kind of in my own world. But you know, hopefully I can link up with you and see how you're doing. But anyway, I have been the BK Spades. Thank you guys for listening. Love you guys, and we are out. I think I'm out. Yeah, I'm out. See y'all. I'm not out. I am pressing the wrong buttons today, y'all. All right, y'all. I'm out.